Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the finale of the WSR Summer Series. I'm your host, Football Fish, here with no co-commentator today. We got a little bit of a championship fight on our hands here. We got Bernat on 65 points, I believe. He will not be racing today. And then we got Fight Me Now Bot on 52, and Feather Red on 51.5. Fred's currently having some connection issues. Hopefully he sorts them out, but it should be quite an entertaining finale here. The points go as follows: 25 for first, 20 for second, 18 for third, and then so on and so forth. Each position lower gets one less point, and then we have 1 point for fastest lap. So that's how the points are done. So Fred the Red, if he beats Fight Me Now Bot and outscores Bernat by 14 points, which is like P7, I believe, Fred the Red would be the champion. Fight Me Now Bot has to outscore Bernat by 13. He has to score 13 points this race, finish at least P8 to win the championship, and then finish ahead of Fred the Red. So it should be quite. Currently on pole position, formerly known as Vessel. Chased too much after a solid performance yesterday. He's currently in second. Yasso returns after clutching up that podium at Britain in the first race. He's currently P3 with Jay, Jordan DHL in his return to WSR, Little Devil, Fast and Furious, Cohen, JD Bass, Nasty, Snack, Rudy, Acid, Spidey, Shahomi, Monita Cheeks, who's crashed out, Fred the Red, Zudi, and Fred the Red rounding off the field. Apparently there's two Fred the Reds. Well then. That's pretty weird. Oh, AA Mej joined too, so that's nice to see. Mej, one of the elder statesmen of WSR, I'd say, compared to most of these drivers. He raced in Season 7 and Season 6, and he was quite quick. I think Fred the Red, the issue is resolved. It looks like. Fight Me Now Bot's on that team now. I don't know how any of this makes any sense, but the game's fucked up. Let's say that. According to the weather, we're going to have a wet race, or at least part of the race is going to be wet, but we don't know when that rain's going to come, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. But yeah, it should be quite entertaining. We'll go on board with some laps here in a moment. I'll go on board with maybe Jordan? Sure, we're going on board with Jordan DHO. He's about to finish this lap in the Ferrari. Here he comes to the line. It's going to be a very good time for Jordan. A 1:08.2 puts him up in a P3 provisionally. Acid Master's currently on the lap. Yeah, I think it's good Fred, though. Hopefully you're good for the race, too. I can send an extra invite. I can send invites now from the spectator. So that's nice. Acid Master's currently on the lap. We'll see what he can do. Coming to the final corner now. Seems like we might be having some connection issues, so hopefully we don't have to restart this lobby, because dynamic weather always throws up a treat, to be honest. That's always entertaining. Yeah. Oh, your game just crashed. It's probably not me then. Who do we go on board with, guys? No laps at the moment. Everybody's in their stalls. Fight Me Now Bot just joined. He's currently in the pit lane. He's one of the drivers competing for the championship. As I mentioned before, if you want to see the championship fight and like how drivers are going to be able to win or how they could lose the championship, just check the description. It does the points format and also how many points these guys have. Saves me a little bit of time. I already mentioned it at the start of the stream. If you want to go back to that. I guess JD Bass is on a lap, or Nasty? One of these two? Maybe Nasty? It looks like Nasty's up a 10th through the first sector. Go on board with him. Into, I believe this is T6 maybe? I'll have to check the track map here. Yes, this is T6 and the T7. You want to cut the corner as much as possible. Turn 8. You can take a lot of different lines through here, but you just want to maximize the exit. Get on that curve on the outside if you can. T9. Or actually, no, that was T10 here. I messed up the corner numbers. T11 flat out, but it can also be quite treacherous on heavy fuel. T12, third gear usually. Very easy to lock up. Nasty's up 6/10 with a purple middle sector for the Mercedes. It's a pretty good middle sector for him now, coming through Jinshao. Chase too much, his fucking game is crashing like crazy. I will send him an invite in a moment. Maybe a new invite will help, I don't know. Here, I sent an invite. Alright. Hopefully the people can still see what's going on. I don't know though. Looks like the Little Devil's not on the lap. Ooh, Fred the Red, competing for the championship, and he's gone wide. He's bottled his first qualifying run. So he might be starting at the bottom of the field. And that'd be quite a topsy-turvy, interesting battle there at the back, right? Because if Rudy starts in the back, Mej... Oh, you can't take control of your car? You should get it back for the race. Ooh, that doesn't look too good, does it? Oh, this game's fucked. Well, you should get it back for the race. I think. You just won't be able to finish the rest of quali. Unless the new invite works. I think you're kind of just screwed. Right now, we really don't have anybody in a lap. Fabiano Bot's probably not going to set a lap in this session. But with it being a wet race, it's going to be quite interesting. Some of these guys could be running wetter setups. Yeah, you probably could have gotten pole, but it's just the game is fucked. And hey, that glitch should have been fixed a long time ago. I've seen that glitch so many times where the car just freezes in the middle of the track during qualifying. It's quite unfortunate. And we have 3 days until the next launch, and they still haven't fixed it. Rudy's just going to disqualify himself because he wants to start at the back of the grid for whatever reason. Fred the Red didn't like the AI in track. Yeah. You should be able to get another lap in. We're going board with Mej. He's pretty quick. Into T1. Locking up the front brakes, and he spins the car. Used way too much curb, and that's just an F1 2022 spin. Get on the curb, it just dismantles the car apart, and you can't do much about it, especially if you're on controller. Fight's not going to do a lap. There's a lot of guys retired here. It's been quite a boring qualifying session, if I'm being honest. Not many laps to talk about. But I think Acid Masters might be sending a lap pretty soon. Maybe we'll go on board Xiaomi. Xiaomi, he is pretty quick, from what I remember. At least at the start of the game in F1 2021, F1 2020. He's always been a very quick driver. Fred the Red's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane, apparently, which is just wonderful. So our two championship contenders, Fight and Fred the Red, are starting at the back of the field, which maybe gives Bernat a chance to win this championship. All right, Xiaomi coming through into turn 4 now. Back straight. This isn't really the back straight. I guess it's like you can't call it the front straight, though. 18-1. I think a 17-8 would be like around pole. Is my rough guess. Into 6. I think this is 6. Or it might be, 6, 7. Then turn 8. Yep, Fred the Red starting at the back. T9. Been a very cautious lap from Xiaomi. I don't think he's even pushing. No, he's not pushing. Acid Masters is up at 10th. He can promote himself into the top 5 potentially if he has a good second and third sector here. We'll see what he can do. Chase Too Much is still having issues with his game. I think you just want to stay in the lobby and then it should fix itself. Here, I'll send you an invite real quick. Another one. And I'll send one to the group too. We'll see if it fixes anything. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to take control of your car. Alright. Yas is about to finish the lap here in P4. Or no, he isn't. Apparently he's going to... It doesn't tell me if they're on an out lap or not, for fuck's sake. This shitty-ass game. We're going board with P1. Fuck it, man. It's been the shittiest qualifying session ever. Okay. Fucking hell. Let's see what Thomas can do. Into T10. He's flying around the track. Chase Too Much has left the session again. Turn 11. Pretty neat and tidy. He's up. Half a tenth. Locking the brakes through T12. Into 13. Jun Chao. Flat out corner. And now it's just the simple drive to the line. We'll see what he can do. See what his time could be. It should be an improvement. Chase Too Much probably would have been able to match it, but he's been having issues this session. Here he comes to the line. It's a 107.4 for Thomas. Spidey jumps up to P3 with a 108.0. JM is not pushing. Jordan DHL just had a better time. Mej is on a lap. Yasso is on a lap as well. We'll go on board with Yasso. Up half a tenth through the first sector. Now coming through the end of the middle sector. The Turkish driver. We'll see what he can do here in the Red Bull. He's up 2 tenths now. Purple middle sector. He could get onto the second row of the grid provisionally if he can master this final sector. Chase Too Much has rejoined the lobby once again. Hopefully his shit gets fixed, but here comes Yasso to the line. It's going to be a 108.1, and that's barely off a J for P4 in this session. Jordan DHL, though, could mount a challenge for a front row starting spot. Here he comes. There's spinners. There's a car stuck on track. Apparently, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Jordan DHL's backed out, though. Mej is backed out, and I think that might be another quality. No, Zudi's on a push lap. What about Jay? I think nobody's on a push lap, guys. That's qualifying. One of the shittiest qualifying sessions I've ever watched, with glitches, fucking cars stuck on track, top drivers like getting BS penalties for blocking the pit lane. I mean, hopefully the race is better. We have 20 drivers. We're gonna have mixed conditions, which we haven't seen in a while. It's gonna be quite a show. Alright, I'm going to send the stream link out to a bunch of people now. Hopefully we can get around 15 viewers. We currently have 10 viewers right now. It's improving every race as people get the word back out that we're back up. Alright, so the Dutchman, Thomas, on pole position. Chase too much in second. Brazilian in third. Spidey in his home race. We'll see if he can take the win. Galaxy Abrams in the chat. Jay, Yasso, Jordan DHL, and AA Mesh. The two super Swedes, P6 and P7. Shahomi, another Dutchman and Cohen. Nasty, Little Devil, Acid, Purple Snack, JD Bass. Fast and Furious, Zudi, Monet Cheeks, Femino Bot, Rudy, and Fred the Red, 03. Rounds off the grid here. We got a lot of British drivers at the back. Quite interesting. And then we got Rudy chilling there as well. But I think Thomas should be the favorite for now, along with Chase Too Much. They're probably going to pull away at the start. You're going to have to watch out for Rudy and Femino Bot, though. They're probably the two quickest drivers in this race. Sign-ups open after this race. Literally all the sign-up is going to be Galaxy as a fucking thumbs up. And I had to create like the Discord message, but like I'll have it up by like 8 p.m. It's literally going to be that simple. PZM Thomas says he's driving naked at the moment, guys. So, FYI. What the fuck? Win one for Tilmo? Who's winning it for Tilmo? I mean, who did Tilmo take out? Was it Kevin Cal? I can't remember. Here. Okay. We got 14 seconds. For everybody who's just tuning in now, we're going to have mixed conditions for this race. We're going to have rain in the second half. So at about a 65% chance of rain. So it's going to be quite entertaining. Because rain on this game is an absolute fucking shit show. And I fucking love it, baby. Let's get hype. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! Tomo's taking everyone out, says Ewan McVicker. Galaxy misses playing this game. Alright, look at the tires, guys. Yeah, so you're my fucking dog, bro. I love that soft compound strategy call. But the thing is, if there's not an early safety car, you might be fucked. Because these guys on the hards, they are going to be able to stretch this out to the rain probably. 65% chance around 30 minutes in, around an hour in. It's at a 90% chance of rain. So we have a pretty good idea that there's probably going to be some sprinkles at some point during this race. So the guys in the mediums, they're in an interesting spot here, obviously. They could probably stretch it out, but they probably prefer not to. They'd probably prefer... Probably a medium soft strategy could be quite effective if you can gain about 5 seconds on PZM Thomas. Because those softs will be flying in the mixed conditions. But a lot of the quicker guys picked hards, and a lot of the midfield guys here picked mediums. And then you got the guys at the back like Fight Me Now Bot, Fred the Red, the two guys fighting for the championship. They're on hards, and then Rudy went for mediums. So we'll see how these guys can make their way through the field. Should be quite interesting. We have a lot of... different drivers with different tactics, different skill sets. It's kind of all meshed together. It's kind of different from any other league where like there's different tiers, right? Like there's guys that are 2 seconds off the pace here, and it makes for quite entertaining racing. Fred the Red's lagged out. Well, your old invite should work, but sometimes it glitches out as well. You should be able to make it in for the race though, and if you don't, I mean, it's kind of a shitty way to end this game, isn't it? Well, now we're going to get ready for the 5 red lights here in about 20 seconds or so. I'm going to turn off all the telemetry and shit. Stay on board with PZM Thomas here. Fred the Red is raging right now. He's fuming in the cockpit. As we wait for the Red Bull, it looks like Zudi to get into his grid position. The Five Red Lights should come on pretty soon here, guys. Final race of F1 2022, this dog shit game. And the Five Red Lights aren't even coming up. I hear them, but they're not fucking coming up! Five Red Lights are on. You hear them revving their engines. And Fight Me Not Bud has jumped the start. That's going to be awful for his championship chances here. Could Bernat still win the championship? The Ferrari further back went wide. As down into turn one we go. The Williams is going down the inside. That is Jay, who's had a thriller of a start. Fred the Red is struggling as further back. JD Bass has wrecked it. Fred the Red's been disqualified from the session somehow, which makes no sense. But Jay had a brilliant start. He's up into P2. Meanwhile, Spidey is trying to make a move on Chase Too Much, runs wide. Here they come through turn 5. It's really close. Fred the Red's been fucked over. Same with Fight Me Not Bot. So Bernat has a really good chance of winning this championship now. Yeah, so quite close as well. To the back of Spidey is down the inside goes AA Mesh, the Super Swede, trying to make the move on the Red Bull as they head through turn 8 now. And into turn 9. It's quite close quarters here. And I think Mesh has gone ahead. The Super Swede promotes himself up into P5 in this race. But Yasso's on that soft compounded rubber. He's flying. He wants to get by the Alpine. As further up, PZM Thomas is already at a spin. I've seen him struggle before spins in other leagues, and I am not surprised, man. This guy is brilliant quality pace, but he really struggles in the race. Fight Me Not Bot's up into P13, but unfortunately for him, he has a drive-through penalty as Fast and Furious. Lost the rear a little bit, wiggling. Here comes Little Devil going around the outside into turn 1. You want to be on the inside for this corner, so Xiaomi has a little bit of advantage here as he... Is he going to stay ahead? No, looks like Little Devil outbroke him as, oh, there's side-by-side action between Acid Masters and PZM Thomas, and there's side-by-side action here as well as, ooh, somebody's done a little bit of spin. Monier de Cheeks has retired from the session. JD Bass had a wreck on the front straight. Monier de Cheeks had a crash going into, that was a turn 1. As Fight Me Not Bot serves his drive-through penalty. Hey, Maj is trying to make a move round the outside at turn 5, or turn 6. Now he's going to send it down the inside at 6 once again. He did this, last session, I'm mixing up the quarter names. That was 7. This is 9. Yes, this is 9. Fucking hell. Alright, in the 10 they go. Spidey on the hards. He's going to get squeezed out by the Super Swede. And here comes Yasso. Tilmo got me from the grave. Holy shit, Spidey. What the fuck happened to you? He must have lost his reel a little bit there. I think the ghost of Tilmo took out Fight Me Now Bot and Fred the Red this race, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Spidey's dumping the tank. I don't know why you want to fight somebody unsauced at this point in the race. It's quite a weird strategy. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? How the fuck did he wreck there? That's going to be a safety car. Damn, Fight Me Not Bot got so fucking lucky, bro. That's unreal. How the fuck? I bet you that son of a bitch hit the fucking curb on the inside and it... I want to see the POV, bro. What the fuck? How did that happen? What a shitty game. Alright, so safety car now. All these guys on the medium should pit? No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. Now, if you're Yasso, do you pit here? Because it's going to be raining in about 20 laps. Yeah, Nasty, did you get on the curb? Because I know how this game is, and I've half spun it there before. No? Contact? I didn't think you were too close to anybody at that point. I mean, I was quite focused on the battles ahead. But I think, if you're on the mediums, do you pit for another set of mediums here? Yeah, Fight's going to get a top 3 now, Galaxy. He got bailed out there. He's a Mickey Mouse champion. Monia de Cheeks... Actually, Monia de Cheeks did not rack out in the zone, apparently. Monia, it was the ghost of Tilmo that got you out, bro. He's taken over some drivers today, and they're acting like whack jobs. And they'll be dealt with. Oh, that was a VSC. Shit. The game didn't tell us, did it? I didn't know that was I thought that was a full course safety car, but never mind. Fight Me Not Bot is not safe, but he gained like 3 seconds in the Delta. As Jordan DHL and Rudy are going side by side. Rudy, I'm telling you, is fucking flying through the pack here. As, ooh, Little Devil's out of spin at one of those corners. I'm not sure which. PZO Thomas makes the move on Cohen, but Cohen's going to try and fight back. Fucking hell, what a shitty camera angles. We head into turn 6? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's turn 6. Thomas stays ahead. Ooh, but Shaham Shahomi trying to go around the outside of turn 6, 7, and 8. We've seen that move a bunch of times, and Shahomi pulled it off excellently on Fast and Furious. He's promoted himself up into P13. Featherhead's calling for a red flag. Probably could have been... It'd be sick if I could just, like, unretire you guys. Like, mid-race. Be kind of cool. Imagine how much, like, power I could have if I could just, like retire somebody, like, make their engine blow up mid-race if they're being a douchebag. They should add that feature for the spectator. Look at Rudy. Around the outside. Down the straight. It's going to be a nice DRS move. He looks like Lewis Hamilton in the 2021 Brazilian GP. He's promoted himself up into P8, and he has jumped a good solid amount of positions here in this race so far. Right? 11 positions gained for Rudy. Ooh, somebody's had a spin, Rooney. As Thomas got by Spidey there. Meanwhile, Fast and Furious and Show Me. Oh, Fast and Furious! Lost it on the curb. Man, I can't wait for these spins to be limited once the new game comes out. As Shahomi gets passed by Little Devil. Shahomi must have had a spin. He's lost a significant amount of time. Well, you see, Monier the Cheeks, I don't have to kick some of these guys. I can just kind of manipulate if they can get a ride or not. Like, I still have choice. Like, if we have like 50 people sign up for one day, I choose the 20 drivers that are going to be full-time riders, and then I put the reserves down, right? Like, ultimately, it's my authority that's going to decide who makes it in. As, oh, Chase Too Much had a little bit of a moment, it looks like, coming through Jun Xiao. And he's lost a position to Mej, and now to Yasso. So this is quite interesting. Rudy, he's flying out there. Look at him. So inspirational. As Chase Too Much got back ahead, but we're going to go on board with Cohen. He's got Rudy right up his ass as well. Through 3 now and on to the second DRS strand on this track. Look at Rudy. So inspirational. As, oh, down the inside goes Cohen. No! Oh my gosh! Cohen almost took out his teammate. Oh, shit! He lost the rear, and here comes Acid Masters. Come on, make the move around the outside. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. He's a bitch. Boo. Boo. Ooh. Little battle? Nah, if I mean, I got by. I think we might have to go up to peak 2, guys. What should we do? What should we do? Which battle should we stick with? I think we're going to stick with this battle. And look at Rudy. He's trying to get by Cohen right now. Right up his ass. Come on, send it. He's up 9/10 on his personal best this lap, and he's basically pushing Cohen through the corners at this point. But he's dumping the tank. Look at Cohen's straight line speed. It's Spidey. He's going to make the move on Thomas. Down into turn 1. Thomas passed him a few laps before. Now Spidey's back ahead for P5 in this race. Oh, there's a lot of contact. No, there isn't contact. It's Fast and Furious who's had another spin. But anything can happen when that rain comes out, Fast and Furious. You better stay in this lobby. As Jordan DHL's making a move on Acid Masters. But further out, Thomas, he's going to pass Spidey down this next straight. And he's promoted himself up a position as Rudy. Really close. He really wants to make the move, but he just can't get by. He could get stuck in this train, though, to be fair. He has to be careful with that. Fabian just made a move on Little Devil for P13. He's moving up pretty solidly in this race as Little Devil's gone for a little spin. Maybe contact with Fabian Abot. Never know. Now, if you're Rudy, do you set a move right here? Oh, he tried to. Oh, but he made contact. Bumped Cohen out of the groove, and he should let him by. Is he going to let him by, though? Oh, shit! They took each other out! You fucking morons! See you later. There goes their chances of doing anything this race. Rudy's just gotten fucked over by Cohen. To be fair, Rudy dumped him, and then Cohen kind of returned the favor, which you're not supposed to do. Rudy should have let him by immediately. Looks more like the Mushroom Cup than an official league race, but it's the final race of this game. It's an exhibition race. These guys are having fun, and it's quite entertaining for me in the booth here. I hope the viewers are enjoying it as well. Easily been the most dirty race of any of the races so far. I don't want Fight to win. No, I want Bernat to win the championship. Fight's only shown up for half the races, Chief. Cohen, ready to pounce on Zudi. Look at him. Getting pretty close. Not able to make a move. Yeah, I'll check it, Nasty. I am in the middle of commentating a race, though. But, like, once we get a little bit of a break in the action here, probably in about 5 or 6 laps before the rain comes, I will definitely check it out. Now, if anybody's still in the race and you're in the party of somebody's in the race, could you guys tell me when the rain's coming? Like, I won't tell the stream, but, like, could you just DM me so I know? Appreciate it. Alright. I want to keep that a surprise for you guys, because I'm not too sure either. Alright, Cohen. He's been quicker than Zudi this lap. He's in the slipstream of Zudi. He's going to pull to the outside of Zudi. He should have the superior straight line speed as they go side by side, but Cohen's out of ERS, and Zudi has a little bit left in the tank. Who is going to take this position for the final point down into turn 1? Will it be Zudi? Will it be Cohen? Cohen outbraked himself like fucking crazy, and now Zudi's going to be able to get a cutback here. And now he's going to have DRS and ERS to pounce on the Aston Martin. Cohen wiggles a little bit there through turn 3, and he's pushing him off towards the wall. But I think Zudi's gotten this position and promoted himself back up into the final points-paying position. Cohen wants to get by, though, and Snack and Fight Me Not Bot are closing as well. He's just going to fight Me Not Bot. He passes Snack, and then Cohen might make a move here into 7. Or it's 8, I think. It's 8, turn 8. I think. I don't know. He's bumping him. Now, undoubtedly, it's quite funny because Cohen got way more fucked over in that whole kerfuffle with Rudy than Rudy did. I mean, Rudy lost like 5 seconds, but Cohen lost about 10 seconds. As he also pits off the soft compounded tire. I mean, Bot's looking for the move, though. Oh, contact. Fight didn't need to push it there, man. Cohen's out of ERS, man. Just save your battery and pass both of these guys on the straight. You don't need to risk spinning out when the championship is in P8 right now. I think he has to finish P8 to win the championship. Yeah, he does, because he is the tiebreaker, because he has more wins than Bernat. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Look at this. Nice little cutback move. No, he gets squeezed off by Zudi22, but here comes Fighting Now Bot, makes the move. And further back, Shahomi's catching up to this battle. Bot's going to go to the outside of Cohen. What the fuck is this? Show me a better camera angle, you assholes. Wow, Cohen, that was dirty. Side by side. Into 6, 7, and 8. Zudi's even trying to get by, but Fight Me Now Bot's jumped this whole train. Interestingly enough. Oh, as Shahomi sent it down the inside of his purple Snack. And now they're side by side through turn 9. And Snack is going to have to stay behind for now, I think. Wow. Well, I think it's time to go up to the top 3. Yeah, Cohen did a J7 SMG, I agree. Oh no, Fast and Furious had a spin after catching up to the little devil. I feel bad for those two at the back, man. They're kind of in no man's land at this point. Been a pretty thrilling first 11 laps to this GP. It's crazy, it's only been 11 laps. And we have rain on the way. Look at those clouds, they're getting just a little bit darker at this point. Rain is coming. Alright, time for me to check Nasty's little incident here. I'll multitask and still commentate, but I just want to check it out. Williams sandwich? I mean, I'd have to agree. Somebody's had a spin. Thomas has had a spin, guys, and that drops him down. He's probably the quickest driver at this point, other than Fight Me Now Bot and Rudy. But he keeps making little errors, and it's costing him time. Spidey, 6 seconds off the lead. PZM Thomas, probably around 8 seconds now. And then Rudy. Do we think Rudy or Fight Me Now Bot could win this race? I'm not too sure. No, Fight Me Now Bot's had a wreck! He's had a wreck, and is that wing damage for the AlphaTauri? I think it is. Missing end plate. And could Fight Me Now Bot have just thrown the championship away? He needs P8 now that Fred the Red's out, and Bernat's not racing this race. And it's a 13-point gap, and you get 13 points for finishing P8 in our championship format. I think Fight might be fucked, because there's rain coming pretty soon. As Acid Masters goes into the box. Now, with Acid pitting, though, he was on mediums. So that makes me think the rain's a little bit farther away than we had previously thought. So maybe Fight isn't completely fucked, but he kind of is. So that spin's going to cost him 6 or 7 seconds. As oh no, Yasso had contact with Purple Snack for sure. That's at least my guess. Oh, Fast and Furious. He's going for a little trip in the forest there. And he finds his way back to the track finally. Meanwhile, these three. Look at the tires real quick. Ooh, Chase Too Much is on hards. He's in a really good position here, guys. Problem is, when that rain comes, if his hards are like 25 laps old, he's going to be in a rough position. Aston Masters pit for mediums after starting on the mediums. Same with 5 Bot, or 5 Bot starting on hards. But that shows to me they think the rain's coming about probably lap 25. Right? So these guys on the mediums can't stretch it out, surely. They'll probably go to softs. Or we'll have to see. They might battle here as here comes Mesh. Activating the ERS. He wants to make a move finally on Jay. Jay's going to defend and use the ERS as well, but it's going to be no match for the straight line speed of that Alpine driver. Down into turn 4 he goes. He takes the lead of this race, and now the two Williams are P2 and P3, but Jay's going to try and fight back here maybe. He's thinking about it, but he doesn't want to lose himself race time to the drivers behind. As Zudi's had a little bit of a spin and he reset the track. Hopefully there was no contact between him and Purple Snack. Doesn't look like it. We got battles all over this track right now, guys, and with the rain coming, pretty soon it's going to be quite entertaining. I think the rain's going to throw a little bit of a wrench in this race. Lap 25 to 30. Yeah, well then, if you're one of these guys on the mediums, do you pit for softs at like lap 16 or 17? Because that way you're going to be really quick when the rain comes. In those 1 to 2 laps where it's like a switchover point. Down in turn 1 they go. There's going to be no moves made. Ooh. Oh, nasty. I saw your incident just now. You got fucked. Ooh, Jay got a penalty. And we'll get your incident in a second here. As Chase too much might make a move. It doesn't look like it, though. But EP Jordan DHL is going to try and make a move. Look at him. Active in the ERS. Spidey's going to be no match for the Ferrari here. There's no way. Spidey's straight line speed is pretty good, though. But down into turn 4 they go. They're side by side. Spidey goes laying the brakes. Is he going to force Jordan White? That's going to be clean racing. Perfect racing between these two. Through turn 5 they go into turn 6. Who's going to have the preferred line here? I think Spidey does. As he goes round the outside, he's going to hold it. But no, Jordan's going to hold it on the inside. Really treacherous stuff between these two, but it's really clean stuff. As they go side by side through 8 and into 9, they're still side by side. Now up the hill towards 10. Contact! There's contact! Oh no! Jordan DHL goes for a spin. And PZM Thomas is able to make his way through. Jordan's not going to be too happy, but now Thomas might benefit the most from his Ferrari teammates spinning. That was quite a topsy-turvy battle there that was going to end in contact at some point. They could go side by side the whole lap, especially in a league racing scenario. But Jay's looking for the lead maybe, or is he trying to stay behind? I'm not sure. He's getting quite close to the back of that Alpine driver for P1 in this race. As PZM Thomas goes down the outside through turn 1 and then turn 2. He makes the move on Spidey, but Spidey's going to have the DRS. But is he too far back to make a move on his Ferrari friend? It looks so. Yes, he is. And all our Rudy is catching up to this fight as well after having an unfortunate start to this race. Meanwhile, PRL Purple Snack only about 5/10 off as so he's fallen off though. Zudi's catching up. Acid Masters is in this battle as well. But we're going to have to go back up to the battle for the lead of this race here, guys. We're on lap 15 of 36, almost halfway through this thrilling Brazilian GP. To be honest, I thought this game wasn't able to put on good races. Like, the way the racing works with the ERS and DRS, it just makes races very boring usually. But this race has been something else, I tell you. Maybe Brazil's just a good track. As in the slipstream, JM, he might have to make a move here. He's 2/10 back into turn 1, but he's not going to. He lifts off. He just wants to stay behind the Alpine for now. See, he wants to watch for what he does on strategy, I think. That's what he's trying to, and then Chase too much is going to stay behind because Jay has a time penalty, and then Mesh is going to have to pit pretty soon. Side by side into turn 1, Rudy and Jordan DHL. Jordan DHL was able to hold it as Rudy tried to send it down the inside, but now Rudy's going to have a very nice chance of getting by the Ferrari here. Will the Ferrari go defensive? Yes, he's going to go defensive. He kind of just saved it in the middle of the track as Rudy makes the move, and he's up into P6 as Jordan has to fall behind the McLaren. Further back, Acid Masters and Zudi. They're pretty close, but yeah, so Nasty, so it looked like that was just unfortunate for you that a little double came out of AI mode at that time. Because it's in the middle of a corner too. I don't know why he wouldn't just wait for the straight. And you were trying to pass, and then you ran right into the wall, and then you spun. Oh, look at this. Chase too much about to make the move on Jay, and Jay has to pit pretty soon, I think. Why cut right? Well, like, hold up. 1 minute. Chase too much. Going down the inside into turn 1. As, Fast and Furious is spinning. He's already a lap down, though. Look at Chase too much. Trying to hold around the outside of his teammate through turn 2. And into turn 3 they go. Chase got ahead. But who has the DRS? It's going to be Jay who has the DRS. They both had DRS, actually, as here comes Jay down the inside. He's going to back out and let his teammate go. So what happened a little double probably nasty is when he came out of pause, like he's already turning left, right? So like his wheel or controller, whatever, it's going to straighten out for a split second before after he takes control, right? Like there's a split second delay between his input, right? So that's probably what happened, if that makes any sense. Like a controller, if you're going through a chicane, like there's a little bit of a delay where like your controller isn't doing anything. Like when you go left and then you turn right, like there's a little bit of a delay in the middle with your steering. That's probably what happened to him. Spin for Jay. And that's going to throw him out of the chance to win this race. If he had any chance already. Actually, he still has a chance. But now with these guys catching up, I'm not so sure. And his tire's going to be lighting up. He has to be careful here with these guys really close to him. I think he's just going to let them all by. Spidey makes the move. Same with Rudy. Jordan DHL is looking for the move. And I think Jay has to pit for sauce. Pit for sauce. Pit for sauce. Pit for sauce. No, you're a dumbass. Come on. You have an 11-second gap to go, and you'll probably come out around Yasso. You'll be on fresh tires. You'll be flying in the wet conditions. You can't wait till the rain now, Jay. Your tires are cooked. You already spun at a corner that's supposed to be flat out. You gotta pit. Gotta pit. That's my words of wisdom right there for him. We'll look at the stops, though. Right? Everybody outside the top 10 except Zudi as pit in this race. Yass is going to be in a nice position here on those. They're 8 laps old. Maybe not. Purple Snack will be quite quick when the rain comes. Fabian Albot obviously will. But they're kind of too far back to like take any advantage. Back to our leaders though. Chase too much. It's at this stage that those medium tires just fall off. As the rain has come just now. So maybe Jay was right in staying out, but the rain has come. You just saw.
What up, his mic is glitched.
You just saw the rain show up there, didn't you? Just a few drops, but now it's gone again. I don't see any. Yeah, I guess you do see it on the car just a little bit. There's not many drops falling just yet. Now I can see them just a tiny bit. And when will the crossover period be, though? We're going to put on telemetry here so you guys can watch these guys' throttle tracings so you have a better idea of when they might pit. It's also for me to know as well. As we've already had a spin there for Zudi. Or no, I think who is it? Might be, yeah, Zudi had a spin there. So the track is a little bit more wet than it was before. This is going to be a very tense part of the race for these two. And further back, it's going to be quite chaotic as well with these guys. The rain's picking up a little bit of intensity. Just a little bit, but it's very light still. I want to see how long this light period of rain lasts. If it goes heavier or if it lightens up. I think it'll go heavier and these guys will go to inners, but you never know with this game. It can be quite random. GRS is obviously still enabled, as here comes Chase Too Much in the slipstream of his, not his teammate, the Alpina Mesh, but he lost a lot of time there on the start of the straight, and he's not going to be able to make a move into turn 1, is he? He's too far back to make a move. But he closed a lot during braking there. Through 2, into 3. Jordan DHL pits, or Rudy. Rudy pits. Interesting call. Now what's he going to pit for? Intermediates? This is an early call. He's going for the intermediates, and I don't think the track is just wet enough, Rudy. There's no way. We're going to go on board of Jordan here and see what his throttle is. I mean, he's sliding a little bit, but it's not terrible. There's not enough rain. Should have just waited another lap. As Chase Too Much is really close, and I think he should just try and get by Mej now. It's going to be difficult to pass in the rain. Zudi's going to pit for intermediates off those old hard compound tires. Yeah, you can see Rudy's just hemorrhaging time, it looks like, the Yasso. Or it's quite even, actually. The intermediates aren't too bad, but if they overheat, it's going to be quite bad for him. As here comes Chase Too Much trying to make a move for the lead of this race. Will either of these guys box for intermediates? Neither are going to box for intermediates. As down the front straight they go. What the fuck is this camera? Give me a fucking better camera angle. This is the lead for the race. Come on. What the fuck is this, Codemasters? Boo! Bullshit! Jordan EHL picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane here. Rudy's losing time to Yasso on those intermediates. It's the crossover period, but the intermediates aren't quick enough just yet. These guys are losing time. And Rudy's tires are going to overheat here pretty soon if more rain doesn't fall onto this track. Jordan won't be as ill affected though, because it'll be a bit wetter and he'll have probably 5% less wear on his inners. Oh, as he struggles feeling the power coming out of the first corner. Fast and Furious speeds into the penalty. There's a lot of penalties being picked up for these drivers. And now we'll have a good idea of which tire is quicker. As Purple Snack's gone for a spin. Here comes Jordan, trying to make the move up the hill on the intermediates. Doesn't have confidence under braking though. Is he quicker? Man, it's really tight. Jordan's going to try and make the move, but I think Yasso has better grip. At least on exit. On entry though, DRS has been disabled, so this is the crossover period. Mesh makes his pit stop off the medium compound tires. Thomas is pitting. Spidey is pitting. Jay is pitting. We'll see what Cohen does. All these guys are pitting for intermediates finally. Now it'll be interesting to see if Chase Too Much just stayed on an extra lap too long. The track doesn't look fully wet though. It doesn't look terrible. But it's also not quick at this point. And on those hards, he's going to be really struggling for grip. Everybody else is pit. Acid Masters has decided to stay out one more lap. Let's see how the conditions adjust. Fighting Out Bot's pitting. Remember, Fighting Out Bot needs P8 to win the championship. P8. Oh, Jordan DHL's out. He's had a crash coming through turn 3. Could that be a safety car here? Safety car? What's it going to be? We're going to have to see once Cohen gets to that crash. And it's not going to be a safety car. No safety car for that huge incident for Jordan DHL. Coming out of turn 3, he lost the rear in these mixed conditions, and he's out of this race. And that's one Ferrari down. Chase Too Much isn't losing too much time, though, to Mej. And actually, Acid Masters, is he losing time to Rudy? Maybe a little bit, but it's not much. If he was on fresh dries, he'd be in this, for sure. So we'll see where these guys come out. I think Mej should come out ahead. Yeah, he's gained about 5/10 since the middle sector. So he should come out in P1. He should jump Chase. Yep, he is. He's going to jump him. Coming out of the pits, Chase Too Much. Struggling for a little bit of grip there. And as they come through turn 3 now, it's going to be about a 2-second lead. Oh, shit, it's Chase at the fucking wall. Hopefully he doesn't have damage. It's on reduced. But that is unfortunate for Chase if he did pick up damage. As here comes Rudy trying to make the move on Spidey. Rudy has 3-lap-old intermediate tires, which are going to be probably around 10% more than Chase Too Much's tires. Meanwhile, Fight Me Not Bot, he's quite far off of a P8 finish here. It's about 15 seconds that he needs to make up. Yes, it's going to be tight for him. That's for sure. Oh no, Xiaomi's out of spin. And now that championship, oh my gosh, it's going to be tight. There's a lot of stuff to go over right now, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, so wherever Xiaomi's at, yeah. So Fight needs to make up. Fight only needs 7 seconds to win this championship. He needs to gain 7 seconds on Acid Masters. He needs to pass out Acid Masters, and then if he stays in that position, he wins the championship. At least the Summer Series championship. Here comes Rudy. Nearing the end of lap 24, or lap 23 actually. Will he send a dive bomb in the intermediate conditions? And he's going to sit back and wait until turn 4. He gets much better traction than the Aston Martin. Right up his gearbox. Through turn 2, the Aston Martin runs wide, and here comes Rudy. He's going to make a move down the inside. Spidey's going to have to go defensive. Can he do so? He's a bit quicker in that straight lane. He's just starting to pull away a little bit, but down the inside, Rudy goes into turn 4. Late on the brakes he goes, but they're still side by side. Coming through turn 5 into turn 6. Who's going to come on top in this battle? Usually the outside is preferred line, especially in the wet. And I think Rudy's just made the move on Spidey, unless Spidey sent it down into turn 8. Yes, he's going to try to send it down the inside. Rudy leaves the door open. Through into turn 9 they go. Spidey, can he hang around the outside? Rudy gets the better traction, and now Rudy has promoted himself up into P4 in this race, and now he can charge after PCM Thomas, who is currently flying in the wet conditions. He has gained a few seconds so far. Chase too much, 2.5 back from Mesh. So now everything's going to cool down a little bit, right? We have 12 laps left in this race. Probably going to even out to about 16 minutes of racing. Could be another safety car, could not be. We also have to keep an eye on that battle for the championship, right? Because Bot needs to pass his teammate for P8. He also has to pass Shohomi and Yasa without making contact. Should be quite interesting. Chase Too Much has taken out 2 tenths so far on this lap compared to AA Mesh. PZM Thomas lost a little bit of time, so Chase Too Much had a really good first sector. Maybe he's running a lower downforce setup as here comes Shohomi on Yasa down the straight. Yasa is really struggling in these conditions. He's lost a position in the McLaren and falls back to P10 in this race. I'm watching Bot now. En route potentially to his, would this be his 3rd championship? Holy shit! As Aston Masters has had a spin and the championship is only 2 seconds ahead now for Bot. Survival of the fittest right now is the mantra Bot needs to have. That's for sure. As Chase Too Much continues to take a little bit of time out of AA Mesh. 4 tenths that lap was the advantage for the Williams driver. But Mesh is dealing with a little bit of dirty air from this Mercedes who's about to go a lap down. Back to Bot. I figured, bro, especially in the rain, like it's not difficult to wreck in that situation. Here comes Bot in the P9. He only needs one more position to win this championship. But Yas is going to try and come back at him up the hill through Jun Shao. Nope. Bot hangs around the outside. He's flying in these conditions. I don't think I've ever seen fight race in the rain. I haven't seen any of these guys race in the rain, to be honest. It's quite difficult on this game, especially on a controller. You basically have to turn on traction control, right? Almost impossible. I used to be a master of the rain, and now I really struggle with it. Spidey's dropped 3 seconds to Rudy, so obviously he's struggling a lot in these conditions. Jay is a bit quicker at this stage. Will he send it into 10? Oh, he's going to send it down the inside. That's risky. That's like Hamilton Albon. But Spidey went a bit deep to compensate for Jay's send, and he keeps ahead with better traction off of that corner. Into 13 now. I think Yas has had a spin. And now can Jay up the hill make a move on the Aston Martin? He's too far back, I think. Three tenths. Closing all the way down the straightaway. He is running lower wings. And now into turn 2 and turn 3. Oh, nope, he's not going to be able to make the move. Back to Bot, who, if he makes this pass on Shohomi on track, he will basically have the championship secured. He just has to not wreck the rest of the race, which is easier said than done in these treacherous conditions. You lose focus for like a split second and you're in the fucking wall. Purple Snack. 10-second time penalty. He must have blew turn 6 there and just ran across the track. Meanwhile, Chase Too Much picked up a time penalty. Bruh, come on. That's going to ruin the fight for the win. You know what? Even if Chase Too Much wins this race, no, Chase Too Much passes, I'll consider him the winner, even if he loses on time penalties. Because this game sucks in my book. Yasuo's retired in the pit lane. He is the 7th retiree in this race. Everybody's just fed up with this game. As the sun starts to come out, guys, is the rain going to stop here? Imagine if it did. That would throw a really big twist into this race. Because I think everybody go to softs, right? But like, it'd be quite interesting that, like, if the rain stops 3 laps from now, like, do you stay on inners into the end of the race? Do you go for softs and fly? Like, it'd be quite interesting. As Jay sent it down the inside into T1, not able to make the move on Spidey, and he's going to lose a lot of time as a result. No, Bot isn't very quick in comparison to Show Me in these conditions. I know. Oh shit, that may throw a wrench in everything. Yeah, safety car's been deployed, I think. Is that a safety car? Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, safety car is coming out. Safety car, guys. That changes everything. And that's going to bunch up the field, man. We're going to have, ooh, safety car restart on the intermediates. I'll get to some of the comments now if you guys want to put in some predictions for the last 10 laps of this race. Kind of hurts Chase Too Much. Rudy's really quick in these conditions. Watch out for Rudy for the win. Firmino Abad has been helped out by this a tiny bit, even though he didn't look too quick. But that could also screw Firmino Abad over, because if he spins, he's basically fucked now. We'll have about 6 laps of racing left. The rain looks like it's easing up. Fight's gonna win? No, Fight's not gonna win. Oh, Cohen! Cohen! Come on, you dumbass. No way. You can't do that. Man, this pisses me off when people make that mistake. Just stand there the fucking... You don't gain anything, Cohen. You were 15 seconds behind the guy in front of you, goofball. Alright, these guys further back are pitting for fresh inners. I like that call. Cohen should too, but he can't because he has a drive-through now. He still can. He might as well. He's gonna stay out. Show me should pit. Firmino Bot should pit. All these guys should pit for fresh inners. Zudi's gonna be a lap down though. Unfortunately for him, his race is basically over. Same with Acid. You are stupid. Firmino Bot pits. I don't know why Xiaomi didn't pit, but it is what it is. Cohen, what is the forecast on rain? Could you tell me, please, since you're driving and you're listening to the stream? Please just let me know. I would appreciate it. Because if the rain's supposed to ease up, which I don't think it actually is going to, that'd be quite entertaining to see these guys go to slicks on this restart. So Chase, let's look at the penalties here. Oh, nice. Broken race director. Okay, Mej does not have a warning, so he's basically safe. Chase too much. 3 warnings. Thomas 2. Spidey, has a penalty, I think. Yeah. Rudy's gonna be really quick. I'd watch out for Rudy for the win here. And P5 on those fresheners. Jay was pretty quick in the rain as well. And then Fight's gonna be flying as well. So all the guys who are really quick in the rain, they all have softs on. We're not softs, fresheners. I'm stupid. Okay. We just have to wait like another lap and a half before the safety car comes in. I think. Something like that. Alright, Purple Snacks left. He was the reason for that safety car. He had a little bit of a spin coming out of turn 5 it was. You used to see a lot of spins at that corner on the F1 2019 game. People would go side by side, they get on the curb, and it caused a huge wreck down the rest of the field, especially on like a safety car restart or the start of the race. But now we just have to wait for the safety car to come in. Probably not on this lap, but probably on the next lap. Zudi's going to be a lap down. Same with Little Dabble. Hopefully they get out of the way pretty quickly if they can't get past it. I mean, it's pretty difficult to get past, to be honest, because like these drivers have to let them by. Like they have to get off track. And like there's not coordination with that yet, so it's probably not going to happen. Safety car is going to be in next lap, lap 31, and we'll have a 5-lap sprint to the end. 5-lap shootout, essentially. So what are you guys' predictions for this race? Who do we got on the podium? I think it's going to be Mej P1, Rudy P2, and I'm going to go with Xiaomi P3. Xiaomi pit for fresheners at some point. So he'll be quite quick. I think Chase too much and Spidey's penalties are going to hurt them a lot. Thomas is going to go for a spin battling for the win. Cohen has to serve his drive-through, obviously, on the restart. Jay has a time penalty. Xiaomi does too, but watch out for Xiaomi. Firmino Bot's going to mess up somehow and bottle the championship. He's still not in a safe position. I know Xiaomi has a penalty, but weirder shit has happened. All right, baby. Let's get some green flag reaction rolling here for the final 5 laps of F1 2022. Come on, safety car in this lap. Yep. There we go. Safety car will be in this lap, and we're about to have a hectic race to the end. Can Mesh keep the win? Time to find out. As the drivers come to the start-finish line, when will Mesh go? He's going to go right now, and he gets a really good launch on Chase Too Much. The Red Bull is falling. Zudi fell pretty far back, so he's going to cost his guys behind him a little bit of time, but he should ghost at the start-finish line. It's down in the turn we go. PZM Thomas has made a move on Chase Too Much. He was struggling on this restart. Spidey and Rudy are going side by side. They made contact. Rudy wrecked Spidey. And there's a huge kerfuffle here. Famino Bot has wing damage. Famino Bot has major wing damage on the left end plate. Cohen's gone for a spin. Oh my gosh, that could destroy. I think Fight's still safe because Cohen has the drive-through. I don't know how this is all going to work out. Does Fight pit? Cohen still has a drive-through, so Fight should still be safe. Jay might have damage too, though. Jay is slow. We'll see. I think Jay might just be slow. Show Me's up into P4 though. Rudy really messed up that restart. He tried to force himself down the inside of Spidey, and Spidey didn't really leave enough room, and there was contact between the two. That caused Famino Bot to pick up damage. Jay might have damage as well, and Cohen went for a spin. Famino Bot needs to finish P8, guys. And he wins the tiebreaker for the championship. P8 is the goal. We'll see if he can keep it there. I think he's going to be fine, even with that whole end plate gone. He looks quick enough, surprisingly. Almost went for a spin there, though. Meanwhile, PCM Thomas, 2.3 seconds off of Mesh. He's gotten a flyer of a start on this restart. Chase Too Much is struggling a lot. Shahomey, 9/10 back. Rudy, he's flying, but unfortunately for him, he had that incident on the restart with Spidey. Now, can Rudy get close enough to make a move into turn 3? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, Acid Masters makes a move on Zudi. I guess Zudi was just letting people by. Meanwhile, Rudy 3/10 back. Getting pretty close to Spidey. Oh, somebody's had a spin. Yeah, Zudi's wrecked out. It's not going to be a safety car. Safety car. No safety car. Unfortunately. That would have thrown another wrench in things. Thomas starting to close a little bit on Mesh. 2.1 is the gap. And Rudy is how far off the lead? 5.4. Would be difficult to make up that much time, especially considering he has to pass like 5 other drivers. Still all to play for though, especially if Mesh makes a mistake at some point. Here comes Rudy down the main straight. He's in the slipstream of Spidey. ERS activated. He's going to pull to the inside or outside. He's going to pull to the outside of the Aston Martin. Try to get the better traction there. Aston Martin's going to force him wide though. Rudy's now going to have to pounce into turn 3 maybe, or turn 4 actually. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle for Spidey, but wiggles for both of them. And Rudy cannot get close enough. Meanwhile, PZM Thomas down to 1.8 seconds, 1.7 seconds. Mesh just isn't quick in these conditions. All it takes is one minor mistake and Mesh could throw this race away. We have 2.5 laps remaining here in this race. Rudy, 3/10 back. Spidey picks up another time bound. It's going to throw him way down the field. I mean, Bot might have just had a little bit of a moment. Rudy has got to make the move into turn 10. Too far back. Meanwhile, Acid Masters is very quick. If he was on the lead lap, he could have been in contention for a podium, actually. Meanwhile, the gap between Mej and PZM Thomas still 1.9 seconds, but here comes Rudy. Spidey did a little bit of a wiggle, but so did Rudy coming through Jun Chao. And here comes Rudy getting on the power. He's going to have to go down the inside this time. You can't go to the outside. Force your way down the inside. Yeah, let's go! Woo! Down in the turn 1 they go. Side-by-side action. Will Rudy squeeze out the Aston Martin? Yes, he is. Oh, Rudy! No, you dumbasses. That was retarded driving. Come on, get your shit together. Meanwhile, Famino Bot really close to Jay. He doesn't need to fight too much. I mean, he's got the championship secured. But he probably still wants a top 5. As late on the brakes he goes. Oh, they make contact, and Spidey's really close as well. Fight Me No Bot has to be really careful here. Oh my gosh, this is tight quarters racing. As here comes Spidey around the outside, maybe? Doesn't look like it. Jay's still going to try and get by a fight. Spidey's going to try and get past Jay. Ooh, side by side. Still side by side. Wow. Spidey comes out on top. As we're about to head on to the final lap, Jay's going to send it down the inside into the final corner. Oh, it's a little loose. All right. So with Rudy and Spidey, that's just stupid racing. It shouldn't have happened, to be honest. I could have easily been avoided. But we're on the final lap now. Thomas, 1.5 back. If he had started P2 on this restart, he might have had a chance of getting a mesh. Look how cautious he is, bro. He didn't get on a full throttle into the DRS line, basically. Gap is 1.6. Chase Too Much is pretty quick, but I think he had low tire temp on the restart. That'd be my best guess. Won't be able to catch the Alpine, it looks like. Man, Rudy, if he didn't have so many incidents this race, he probably would have won this thing. I mean, I think him and Spidey crashed into each other at least like 5 times this race. I mean, they love each other, obviously, after this first race, racing each other. But as we head back up to the leader, Mej, the super Swede. It's been a long time coming for Mej. Probably been about 8 or 9 months since he's raced in WSR, but he's came back for the final race on this game. Coming through Jinshan now. And the final corner right here. Don't spin it, don't spin it. And he doesn't spin it. Coming to the line. He is going to be the winner here at Brazil. Mej takes the win. Thomas in P2. Chase provisionally in P3. Yeah, he's going to keep it. Fight Me No Bot's going to be your Summer Series champion, though. Pretty impressive result for him. Oh, as he crashes across the line. JM in 6th, Spidey in 7th. Rudy jumps both of them as kind of karma to Spidey. And here comes Cohen around the final corner. He's going to be your final finisher in this race. Alright. Interesting race. That's for sure. Very entertaining race. That's for sure. I was not disappointed at all. Well, it's Mej taking the win here. And I have to say, I'm glad to have him back. He is one of the better drivers in WSR in terms of racecraft. He might be the best Swedish driver to ever grace the league. See, it's between him and Jordan, and maybe United Bosnia too. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting season, or like summer series season. Obviously, the goal of this summer series was to get build hype for the next game, and also just let people know that the league's back. I mean, it was a long time since we had last raced. I think September since like I had last managed the league, and it kind of fell apart after that. It's kind of dead. All the big names had left the Discord, but we brought them all back, man. We're going to be better than ever for the next game. We're going to be starting preseason races next weekend that should be streamed. Hopefully with new commentators. I got some people lined up. And then we'll start the official season July 1st and 2nd, as long as everything runs smoothly with the new game, which it won't. But 3 weeks into the game, I think all the really bad bugs should be fixed. At least that's my hope. So, well, see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. It's Mej taking the win, followed by Thomas, Chase Too Much, Shahomie, Fight Me No Bot, Rudy, Jay, Spidey, Cohen, Acid, Little Devil, Zudi, Purple Snack, Yasso, Jordan, Fast and Furious, Nasty, Rated Cheeks, JD Bass, and Fred the Red, who unfortunately did not get to race this race. He could have won the championship, actually, with the way everything went. But that's about it. I'll see you guys on F1 2023. The last time on this game. Football Fish signing off.